Hey guys, welcome back to another episode or another day of the Python in 5 minutes or less series. Yeah, welcome back. Today's episode is variables and data types. Okay, so variables are pretty much a stored value, right? So this is, for example, is a variable. You give it a key and then you give it a value. Now you can call this key by printing it. For example, A. We learned about printing last episode. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend you watch that now. Before we go any further, we'll be using a lot of printing. Just saying. Coding, there's a lot of printing. Anyways, so we print the key, which is A, and then we output 100. We output 100 because that's what A is. A is 100. That means we print 100. Now this is a data type known as an integer. Pretty sure you've heard that in math class or something. We can also create another form of variables called floats, and these are called floats. These contain decimals. So this, we turn an integer into a float by doing that. Same sort of numbers, but it's different data type. There is also the booleans, so true, and there's false. These are called booleans. That means it's true or false. In booleans, the true and false, the beginning letter has to be capital. You can't say like true, like that just doesn't work, right? Now let's see if I do try to call that into here, say like C, which is the true, C, shows an error because true is not defined. You mean true. That means they're literally telling you they're looking for capital. Fix this to true. And it prints the value C, which is true. And true is right here. Anyways, so yeah, we print D, false, basically same thing. Yeah, so there's also strings. I can't forget about that. Strings, so basically quotation marks, and then any letter that's considered a string, or anything inside. Strings can also contain numbers, but they are recognized as strings. And yeah, so we can say like hello world, and these are called strings. They contain letters, and then these will be like true or false. Number like numbers and decimals. So we can print D, which would be E, which would be hello world, because E is equal to hello world. That's pretty much what a variable is. And these are different data types. Now we can check what data type something is if we use the function type. And then we surround the E, the variable that we want to check, with the parentheses. So we want to check what E is, we surround E with the parentheses around the type function, right? So that's pretty much it. Yeah, so the type of E. So what data type is E? And we know E is a string because, quotation marks, letters. And right here it reminds us str, which stands for string. We can check A, which we know is an integer because there's no decimal and it's a number. So we check, it says int, which is short for integer. We can check B, that will say float because it has a decimal. And we can check C, it's going to say bool. Bool is short for boolean. And yeah, so basically those are the different types of data types, and how you can like try to check if what data type something is. Yeah, the next video that we go over will probably about operators and printing different outputs and sort of doing math. We're probably going to be looking at PEMDAS, which is the order of operations for Python. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't seen the first video, I totally recommend you watch it now. And yeah, stay tuned.